it wouldn't be that far-fetched to say that a lot has changed in 2025 alone. The first few months, we were not that far into it, and so much has changed, especially after the new presidency in America. And one of the leading concerns that the world has been keying in on is the war in Ukraine. Now, I'm pretty sure Europe already is looking at America very differently after the things such as the tariffs that have been imposed and a few other major shifts on different policies after Trump's presidency. But mainly this argument between Zelensky and Trump is going absolutely viral because the tension between both leaders, actually, I would say three, because JD Vance was also in the room as well, was diabolical. And a lot of you guys are sharing this clip with me, so we're going to be reacting to it today. And the big question is, does Europe view America entirely differently during this presidency? And is it in a way where they will never be able to associate with us again? Or are they putting all of this on a 4-year timer? Because, of course, we all know in America, every 4 years we get a new president. Or are we completely killing a relationship with Europe after something like this? I mean, there's a lot of other things that have happened as well, but particularly this argument. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be checking this out and walking through this whole conversation with you all and whatnot, and going from there. So if you guys are new, subscribe. If you guys have not already, if you guys have not liked the video, go ahead and do that.
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying, I'm pretty sure Zelensky's saying that there was an agreement that was made that now is being infringed upon, and that has something to do with the ceasefire. But I guess we have a new presidency, so there are new terms to said ceasefire, I guess.
But if
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happened.
He's like, but have you had boots on the ground in Ukraine though? And he's like, no, but I've heard the stories. And Zelensky's like, interesting.
Is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree?
This is
that you
insane.
Have problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're
Oh my God, they're not letting him talk. Oh my goodness, dude.
going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
It's like two people ganging up on one guy. Like, objectively speaking, you're seeing this conversation unfold in 4K. And yes, obviously tensions are very high. America has launched a lot of support for Ukraine and whatnot over the last few years and whatnot. And I guess I guess he's asking for more support, and it's a very frustrating topic. But just in this conversation alone, I don't think he's had enough time to respond to any of the questions that JD Vance is just, giving him. He's like, oh, hey, he's trying to answer the 3 questions he just gave him. And he's like, hey, well, Trump's interrupting him. And it's just a very heated discussion.
We're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
But right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
Oh, and this is why a lot of people were sharing this with me. he's like, hey, bro, you keep this up and we might have a pretty interesting debacle. It's just very, I don't know. We're in interesting times because from what I've seen, I'm not sure how true this is, but it seems like the hostility towards Russia died down quite a bit, and the hostility towards NATO has jumped up. Like, I think there was a private meeting or something with a lot of the leaders of most of the European countries and stuff behind closed doors, excluding the U.S. from said meeting and whatnot, after that speech that J.D. Vance gave in Munich. And I don't know what's happening. Like, as far as like what the EU is planning as far as support or the lack thereof for any causes or any future collaborations with America, because America has been definitely operating very differently. I mean, the citizens are super affected. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the clips of the people who voted for Trump and stuff complaining that they've been fired from their jobs and this and whatnot. A lot of things are shifting. So people are up in arms and whatnot right now. You have a lot of people that are seeing changes that are being imposed by Elon Musk. And it almost seems people are joking that Elon Musk is pretty much the actual vice president based on how the changes have been laid out and whatnot, because a lot of the ideas that have been kind of rolling forth have come from Elon Musk, and he's pretty much jumping over the vice president, taking his position, and then running duos on the world with Trump. So everybody's up in cahoots, but this interview right now is absolutely insane. It's like, I think Zelensky's trying to find a way to everyone's trying to find a way to put this all to an end, but I think Zelensky wants it done a certain way, where his people are protected and his country isn't handed over to Russia. But it seems like after this discussion, especially with Trump bringing up World War III like that, I think Ukraine is basically Russia now, man. I don't know. It seemed like Ukraine about to be Russia, because it seems like there's about to be a huge enabling factor where, I don't know, Ukraine might not get the resources it needs, at least from the United States. And we put a lot of money into the defense force and whatnot, our military and stuff. So, I mean, unless they get support from other places, which of course he obviously is going to get a lot of support, they're going to have to bump it up a lot. Things could get real ugly. It already looks very intense right now.
You're gambling with World War III.
Wow, that's
and
insane.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's backed you far more than a lot of people said.
I'm also confused here. He's saying that what he's doing is very disrespectful. I think he's just asking for help. I don't know how that's disrespectful. I think maybe he's referring to him saying, like, I don't know, like, he's making it seem like they haven't done anything for him or whatnot. But you guys can clarify that in the comments, because this is, like, I don't fully understand what he means by the disrespect.
They should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting?
Oh, God.
No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Bro, it seems like two people, it looked like they bullying him, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It looked like they're bullying dude. Oh, man. Like, have you said thank you? Have you said thank you? Da-da-da. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if he has or hasn't. I haven't seen like very much of this. I just know that this was a clip that was shared quite a bit. And I'm like, man, this is heated, bro. Imagine talks like this happening during the Cold War. Good God, everybody would be biting their fingers off. Oh my God.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly.
Oh, God.
Your country's in
Here we
big
go.
trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country.
He hasn't even really said too much, bro. Like, they ask him questions and don't allow him to fully answer. He's trying to be respectful by letting these guys talk, but then he has to interject to try to say something. This is definitely not going well. I also heard that man, a lot did not go well for this, and the world was watching this. I mean, this is actively going viral right now as we speak. This is insane, dude. I have no idea like how the world's gonna view us after this, man. This is scary. This is very scary.
Is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. you have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
Oh, that was a shot at Biden, bro. He said we gave you all this money to, win this war, and the war has not been, like, you guys are still fighting. Like, what's happening? Crazy. This is wild, bro. This is wild.
We gave you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
Yes. What about
if you didn't have our military equipment?
This will almost look like they about to get into a fist fight, bro. Like, the tensions are high in this Oval Office.
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something.
Maybe
Oh, dang, the sass is crazy.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that there,
thank you
accept
to
that,
American people.
accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out.
JD Vance's argument is like diabolical, bro. He's like, you haven't said thank you. He actually has, I'm pretty sure in the past, at least once, right? At least once. I don't know how that, I guess he wants to, he's keying on the fact that he feels like Zelensky hasn't been grateful for the support he's received. $350 billion is a lot. If that was the amount of money that they sent, that's insane, bro. With that much money, brother. I hope that was 350 million and not billion. Billion, brother. What the freak? 350 B's, bro. $350 billion in support for Ukraine. I mean, good God. You could build a bunch of Iron Man suits with that money. Oh, my Lord. But I'm actually curious as to with all the help they received, like, I think it really boils down to a talk between Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. and NATO. But right now, everybody's beefing with each other because America's made some wild calls recently. Russia and America are kind of working together now. America and the EU are at odds with each other. And it's real wonky. So now Ukraine is like, okay, are y'all still helping us, or like what's going on? I guess my question for you guys watching, a lot of the people that are watching my videos are from Europe and specifically Germany. How does this affect how you guys view America now? I mean, I'm pretty sure how have the choices and moves that have been made within the last few weeks affect how you guys view America? And my second question is, do you think how you guys view America, if you guys view us differently, will only last for the next 4 years? Obviously, that's a very interesting, it's a wild question because obviously you don't know who's going to be in power 4 years from now. But again, our presidencies change typically every 4 years, or 8 depending, but Trump's already ran once. So we're assuming that after this term, it'll be a different person, probably JD Vance or whoever else. But it's looking really interesting right now. I will say that. Really interesting.
Out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
Well, I've never seen anything like this. So the TV rating's about to go through the roof, bro. I've never seen anything like this. It's even when we were, again, I bring up the Cold War because back in the day, I mean, I wasn't alive, right? But I was looking at the history lessons and stuff like that in school when I was a little kid. Like, if you look at the media around that time when tensions were at their peak, I mean, they were still pretty professional. But now, oh my God, it is heated, bro.
I think it's very important.
Openly heated. It seems like an office argument.
That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
I can tell you
You're
again,
running low on soldiers.
Don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you
Well, yeah. God. And then Zelensky's like, hey, man, you guys are being being loud and talking over me is not changing the fact that I still need some support, bro. But I do get the frustration. I can't say that I don't, because $350 billion is a lot of money. Good God, from one country too. Good googly moogly. And then, of course, you have like the other countries that are sending support to Ukraine. the whole thing is they're not trying to wind up like Crimea. If y'all remember Crimea, I'm pretty sure Russia took it in 2014 before Trump was even a thought for the presidency at all. And that did not go over well. I mean, Ukraine's about to get absorbed next. I mean, Russia is basically Majin Buu, and Ukraine is its next victim. So all the support that Ukraine's been getting and whatnot, unfortunately, it seems like it may be for naught, or this could be what the pinnacle of a possible, because I mean, Trump just brought it up, possible World War III. This could be the pinnacle of what a possible World War III looks like all over something like this. But there's also other conflicts in the world that might trigger that as well. But this is very, very, very interesting.
You tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look.
A ceasefire is honestly not bad. I feel like a ceasefire is fine, right? I mean, he wants the war to completely end. He wants to, like, you know, close his eyes at night knowing that the war is done. Like, Russia won't bother them. They won't bother Russia or anybody else. They just want to be left alone. Simply put. However, I think there's obviously some opposing thoughts on this. It's just very interesting, the polar opposite ideals that each administration has had when it comes to the war in Ukraine. Like, the previous administration's like, hey, we're going to make sure that we get you out this jam. And then this administration's like, we'll get you out the jam if you abide by this new set of guidelines, which you might not like too much. So it's very, it's tilting, not just for, you know, him, but for a lot of the people who are also actively supporting Ukraine so that they can get themselves up on their feet and defend themselves from literally being invaded.
If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire.
Oh, so he wants a ceasefire with guarantees. Because a ceasefire, these are buzzwords, obviously, right? Like, a ceasefire just means, like, you know, you're not shooting at each other, but there could be other things that happen as well. Like, their people are hurting and stuff, obviously, right? They need food, they need other resources and stuff. And stopping violence is a huge move in the right direction. However, but there could be ways to work around that. You could starve people out. You could, you know, block support from landing in Ukraine and stuff like that, and you don't even have to touch them. You know what I mean? So maybe he wants to make it so that his people are still taken care of. It's just, bro, this is intense. This is intense.
Fire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards.
Yikes. He's like, hey, bro, like, we gave you a bunch of stuff. You ain't got it, chief. It's just, this is wild, bro. This is wild. And you can see that look on his face right there tells you everything you need to know about this whole discussion. This look tells everybody worldwide, and himself mainly, that he is definitely not about to get any support, because he's not backing down. You could tell. I mean, that's been his whole MO. He's trying to get as much help as possible. He doesn't need, hey, we wish we could help you. He needs support. He needs assistance. And obviously he has his own terms that he's trying to negotiate on. And you could see it in his face. It's just like, this is not going the way I expected this at all. So it's wraps, dude. It's wraps. It's crazy. With
us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
I don't know. I'm worried, man. I'm not going to lie, because I thought that the world, for the most part, was almost damn near like united. I thought almost, not the entire world, but most of it, right? Like, all the old superpowers and stuff came together, and like almost all of Europe, right? And a few other countries and stuff, and the US united. But right now, bro, it's like the world is so divided, and this is making it worse. I don't know what's going to happen after this.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, here.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right
What do
now.
you say?
Oh, they're saying, what if Russia breaks its talks with Ukraine and whatever agreements that they've made, pretty much, right?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
Yo, I get it. Like the woulda, coulda, shouldas are infinite, but damn.
Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff.
It's like he's saying buzzwords, dude. Like, I mean, oh my God. The last like 3 or 4 sentences he's uttered has like had like big buzzwords. Like they're almost like headlines. They're like headlines. It's like boom, 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 boom. Hunter Biden, Hillary Clinton, this, bro. Like, and I do get what's happening, but it just sounds like the way he's talking, he's delivering it like they're headlines. And I'm like, okay, well, how is that answering her question? Like the concern is that Russia could back out of the ceasefire and steamroll Ukraine. Like, where's this? Are they going to be supported if Russia breaks the ceasefire? That's one of the guarantees I'm pretty sure Zelensky's trying to see. He's trying to dip his foot in the water, see if he's still cool with America. And right now, it seems like no, they're not cool. These are not successful talks at all, man. This is crazy work, crazy work. I wonder what would have happened if he just like, you know what, you're right, cool, and you said, yeah, I understand, and then boom. But then I don't know. It's weird times we're in, man.
If it was a Democrat scam, and he had to go through that, and he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war, and he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia, the 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And
Ooh, he said, I will take the fire you got, my guy. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure how much support other countries can offer Ukraine for them to be where they are right now without the United States. Maybe they can offer a lot. I have no idea how that's set up. I just know the only thing America, like that, for a definitive fact, is great at is the war games. So outside of that, I don't know what else we got to offer and what else anybody else has to offer. Maybe everybody else got powerful militaries too, and they're going crazy. They could be like, hey, look, here's the support we're going to give you to supplement what you guys are lacking. Because I think his next move, Zelensky's next move, is probably going to be talking to every other country. Obviously, I mean, he's campaigning for his country to pretty much see another day of hopefully tranquility and solitude for the most part. Right now, it has not been very tranquil because there's been beef. I think there's isn't there a ceasefire currently? And they're worried about the ceasefire being broken. That's what this whole conversation's been about. It's iffy as to how long that ceasefire will stay in place if there is a ceasefire. Please clarify that in the comments because, again, I don't know.
your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing.
Oh, God. They're really keying in on the fact that he doesn't feel grateful towards all the help that America's given him. But the thing is, he has been grateful. He's been trying to tell him that. But this whole conversation's been very frustrating to watch. He hasn't gotten very many words in. And the words he is able to get in just triggers another argument that pretty much invokes them to steamroll whatever he's saying in the middle of his statement, right? He was trying to respond to 3 questions initially. He was only able to half respond to 1, and then they steamrolled him with a few other questions, and he couldn't really respond like he wanted to. I mean, he pretty much has to listen to 2 people talk over him and stuff, so it doesn't seem like this would have been a successful negotiation in the first place. But I do think maybe it's like a culture thing, right? Because obviously, if Zelensky gave off a hey, like, and I'm not saying he did anything right or wrong, but I'm saying what if he like just fed into the hey, okay, cool. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I am very grateful for the support you've given us so far. Is it possible for us to get more support? You know, I understand it's a very frustrating topic all around because the people are hurting, lots of people are dying. But man, like, I wonder if the conversation would have taken a different turn had that been done. But we could do the woulda, coulda, shoulda game all day. It's just very interesting to see this play out. Crazy.
To be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh?
Bro, this is wild.
This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right, we'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thank you.
This did not go good at all, bro. Oh my Lord, this did not go good. Unfortunately, that is it. Apparently, I guess he was escorted out of the Oval Office shortly after this interview and whatnot. Zelensky was escorted out of the office, obviously, and yeah, it did not go well at all, and it's very concerning. Again, I say this all the time, but I feel like we're at a point right now. Every single day we wake up, we have a brand new DLC of the world installed in our lives, and we did not subscribe to it. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, but we just got to roll with the new updates and stuff, you know, and it changes like the weather, the wind. It's insane. I don't understand what's happening at this rapid rate, but I can say that it will get worse before it gets better. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This was very interesting, very heated. Maybe it could have gone differently if a few things changed. Maybe just conversationally, right? Like maybe if we understood each other's like vocal customs, that could have changed the direction of the conversation. It just seemed like a lot of the things were, the conversation just was disturbing, dude. I mean, I'm not heavily involved in politics like that, right? Just recently started covering it because it's been tearing up all of our timelines, and it's scary, right? Scary stuff. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.